Hello, everybody. Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast, HPW Podcast is here again tonight with our special guest. Our guest tonight is none other than the High Flyer, master of the butt bomb, a frog splash, the super driver, the Buns of Steele, Mr. Jay Fowler. How's it going, my man?
It's going great, man. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule, training, and all that stuff to do this. I appreciate that so much.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I have Justin Bundy on the bottom and the Wildcat. They got some questions too. I'm going to open. I got chat going on. I'm going to try to stay away from chat a little bit and focus on you, man. So, going back to the beginning of your wrestling career, what inspired you to pursue professional wrestling?
I just fell in love with it. And for me, the big moment I remember was when Eddie beat Brock for the title. I remember watching that, and I in that moment being like, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do with my life. I'm gonna do this right here. That just, watching that just made me believe anybody could do it, and that was it for me.
Awesome, man. How long have you been in wrestling, and where did you get your start from?
I've been in 15 years. Holy, that's wild to say. 15 years. I started with Central Empire Wrestling out of Southeast Iowa.
Okay. You guys have anything yet? Just let me know. So, how long were you training before you officially stepped into the ring?
Not very long, like a couple months, maybe a month or two. Not very long at all.
Okay.
Yeah, got in the ring pretty quickly.
Okay. Awesome. Who was your greatest influences on your journey of this wrestling profession?
Like, are we talking like inspirations, like people on TV, or like people actually in my life that have?
I guess we'll go both ways. On TV first, and then I'd love to hear who influenced you on the personal level.
So I've always been a huge Shawn Michaels fan. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, those three guys really have had a huge impact on me as far as inspiration is concerned from the top level.
Okay.
And then personally, Jason Strife. He like I said, I started with Central Empire Wrestling in Austin Bayless. Once I finished my training there, Jason Strife kind of took me under his wing and became a much needed mentor, and kind of finished up crisping the training and all that stuff. And so like he's had a huge impact on my career. Donnie Pepper Cricket, we used to call Donnie Papa Don back in the day. So he just from day one, looking after the young guys and trying to help them out. Still to this day he does that for me. So yeah, those two guys. I mean, I don't know. I could probably go on for hours, but those two always stand out to me right away.
I know you mentioned Jason Strife, and I know that's pretty emotional for you. That he played a big role in your life, I'm sure, from not more than just wrestling. I don't know if you want to elaborate on that at all, or if not, that's cool. But I know that I read about it, that he's like huge in every aspect of your life, and that's pretty cool to remember a guy like that. So
yeah, it's still having a hard time dealing with all that, and but yeah, he was just had such a huge impact in not only my career, but just my life in general. So
that's awesome, man. Wildcat was telling me that he had some questions about he's a big trainer, so Wildcat, would you like to ask those questions?
Oh yeah. I have looked at your profile a little bit on Facebook. So you're into training, personal training. I take it, fitness, body fitness. I figured we wouldn't get into this later on but my story, I am 47. I started wrestling a year, 6 months ago.
Oh wow!
Kind of like you. Started training for about 2-3 months, and bam, thrown into the ring, first match, and ever since just been going with it. As far as personal training my body, I have lost some weight, good bit of weight. Right now, I'm like lean, muscle showing, looking good, but I need it to grow. You the man. You the man with the answer is probably what's a good way? I tried like the protein shakes, don't seem to work. I did last week do like a 5-day tuna challenge. Nothing but tuna every day, water and workout. Made a big difference. Is that something I should probably stick with versus all the
So like, yeah, water is extremely important. Getting plenty of water in, it's a huge battle, but very, very important. My like biggest advice is just consistency, like in all aspects. Consistency in the gym, consistency on the diet. Your diet's the most important thing. Depending on your situation and your genetics, I mean, we're talking diets either 70, 80, 90% of the battle. So just consistency there. Every single day, I eat pretty much the same thing every single day at the same time every day. So that's the biggest advice I can give. And I would say, I don't know what your body fat's like now, but like if you're wanting to get bigger, I always recommend people try to get to a lower body fat. I mean, it doesn't have to, I'm not saying get down to like 5% or anything, but try to get your body fat lower so you can get rid of all your junk essentially before you try to build back up. So when you build back up, then you're just building good, clean muscle.
Good, clean. That makes a lot of sense. I'm down to probably about 10% body fat now. It is starting to show.
Yeah, that's a good spot to be in.
All right.
But yeah, it's just when you build really good, pure, lean muscle, it doesn't take a whole lot of pounds to make you look big. I mean, you could gain 3 pounds of pure muscle and it's going to make you look like you're 10 pounds bigger. So that's just the muscle quality is where it's at.
Cool. Okay, so enough about workouts. 15 years.
Hopefully it made that some sort of sense, and that
it made a lot of sense. A lot. 15 years, you say. What's been your biggest match so far? You would say in your mind.
I had a couple of really big matches with Mike Bennett last year. I would say those are probably have been the biggest so far.
Cool.
I also wrestled Shelton Benjamin, who probably 7-8 years ago. So I mean that was a pretty huge match as well.
Yeah.
So when you started your career, you were go ahead. Sorry. So
no, go ahead. I'm just gonna say from what I've seen, very impressive. Very impressive. I did watch one of the matches I watched so far is the Carlito match.
Yeah.
I thought was a pretty energetic match. Lots of turnabout fair play. It seemed like that match. You just undecided to the right down to the 1, 2, 3. You didn't know what was going to happen. Great match.
Yeah, thank you. That match was a lot of fun.
I'll piggyback off that match. I have to say, I think I laughed and I watched it over and over and over again. At the end, where you took Carlito's apple, and they ate the apple, and you chose to spit it, but you missed Carlito and you spit it right in the ref's face. So that had to have been fun. It had to have been a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought he knew it was coming? I thought I could trick him.
Right.
Thought I could get him with his own trick. It didn't work.
So you started your career. You were known as Superfly. What went into the creation of that persona?
Really, it was I'd just not been training very long, and Austin was like, hey, I think ready to get you in the ring with some small stuff, maybe like some gauntlet matches and battle royals or things like that. And he was like, just think of something stupid, like throw a mask on, something that's not really gonna matter or impact your career, and me and my best friend growing up, Brian Gott, that's who I started training with. We used to backyard wrestle, of course, but it was usually just us two. So we each had like 7 different gimmicks, right? So one of them, I had like these stupid purple pants and this purple mask, and I called myself Superfly and came out to techno music. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do that one. I'll do that, from the backyard days. And so I did that, and it ended up taking off. So I stuck with it for 10 years.
So 10 years later, what made you transition from Superfly to the Buns of Steel?
Well, I had done like Jeff Hardy does, like a whisper in the wind.
Huh?
I did this whisper in the wind on this guy, and what's the language barrier here?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
My ass hit him right in the face, and just gave him this gnarly black eye and everything. So everybody's like joking around, like, "Oh, you got the Buns of Steel and everything." And I'm like, you know what? Like, maybe I should play around with that. So I was still Superfly, and I was kind of playing around with the Buns of Steel stuff. And, I was coming up on 10 years into the business. I was closing in on being 30. I'm still living in my hometown, working in a factory, only wrestling like 2 or 3 times a month. And I just wasn't happy with my life. And I thought, all right, either I call it quits or I figure out something else to do. I start fresh and give it one more go at this thing. And so I decided, let's take the mask off. Let's go all in on this Buns of Steel thing. And 5 years later, here we are, and it's going pretty damn well.
Did you expect the fans to grab a hold of that, and did you anticipate that the fans would love this change of character? Or?
I did, because again, I was kind of playing around with the Buns of Steel stuff, and it was kind of catching. So I felt like if I took the mask off and just went all in on that character, that it would take off. And even in that 5 years, that character has already had several transitions itself. So that's also cool too. Initially when I started off with it, it was, a fun kind of comedy gimmick. And then, now I've turned it into something serious. I've turned it into the badass with a badass. So, hey.
There you go. Badass with the badass. JB, you got anything for them, man?
Man, let me see. Where do I start? Now this playing. The Buzz know how I am as a fan. That's what Huge Pop's gonna ask. I'll let Huge Pop ask that. What is your toughest match that you've been in?
Oh man, it might be the first Bennett match. That match was really tough. It was about a half an hour, very like early '90s All Japan style, so very hard hitting. That one stands out. I mean, I've had a ton of tough matches over the years, but that one's pretty fresh. So that I haven't had anything that tough since that, and that was last July. So
that's awesome. Another question: what motivates you every day to get better every day as a wrestler?
I don't know. Like, I've just always kind of had that mindset. Just always trying to get better in every aspect of my life. And I don't know how else, but it's like, I don't want to say it like this, but I don't know how else to put it, but it's like almost nothing is good enough. Like, I keep getting in better and better shape, and it's like, nope, I gotta do more. And, things keep getting bigger and bigger wrestling wise. It's like, nope, I gotta do more. Like, I'm just, I think, I'm not gonna be happy until I sign that contract. Then I'm gonna sign that contract, and it's like, no, I'm not gonna be happy until I'm world champion. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of how I'm built as a person.
Right. When it comes to your career, Mr. Fowler, what are the most significant things you want to accomplish?
I want to be the best. I just want to. I want to take this all the way to the top. I want to be the best in the business. Bottom line.
So, do you have any? How do you see the rest of 2023 playing out for the Buns of Steel?
A lot of big matches. A lot of big match of Buns is going to happen this year. Buns is going to be taking home a lot of belts, and I'm going to be signing a contract somewhere by the end of the year. That's what's going down this year.
That's awesome, man. So let's talk rugged pro wrestling and what role you will play in rugged pro other than wrestling in 2023.
Just starting next Sunday, I'll be taking over as head of in-ring development for rugged pro training at the Forge.
Do you see Rugged Pro Wrestling leaving Iowa, going to other states? Do they already go to other states? The reason why I ask is I live in Florida, and I watch a lot of the live feed that JB Wrestling puts out there, and I'd love to have the opportunity to come if you guys would come closer, Alabama, Mississippi, this area. Do you see Rugged Pro Wrestling coming down this far? Or?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I could see them wanting to venture out of Iowa. I know they're really wanting to expand their brand and their name and just really build a good quality brand of independent professional wrestling. So I wouldn't put anything past them.
Last week, Rugged Pro Wrestling fans seen you versus Kenny King last weekend. Walk us through that match and the experience in the ring with Mr. Kenny King.
Pretty much any match I have, I'm going to say it's a lot of fun because I love what I do.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun to share the ring with Kenny and you know, just his Ring of Honor days and the stuff he's in TNA and Impact, and to go back, and because I went back and watched a lot of that stuff, and I'm like, damn, this dude's really good. and then to get in there and share the ring with him and experience that, I love that stuff. It's like same thing with Carlito or Bennett, other guys I've been in the ring with. You see how good they are, and then you get to experience it firsthand, and then you realize that you're just as good as them and you can hang with them. So it's a pretty cool feeling. And that was a good tough match too. That was a decent match. Yeah. I seen the live feed from Justin, and that was good.
Yeah. You mentioned signing a contract. You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. How you think you look forward as ROH, Impact, AW, WWE? Do you have a goal? Do you have a one set in mind that I'm going to get there? This is who I want to go
for. Not necessarily. I would like it to be AEW, or something with Ring of Honor. I think that's at the top of my list. Impact would be pretty sweet too. I'll be completely honest. I don't have much interest in WWE at the moment. But obviously, if they came calling, I probably wouldn't say no. So,
no. I'll be honest. I'd rather watch the ROH and the Impact. Matter of fact, my wife and I subscribe to Roku Philo so I can watch Impact. Yeah. And I got a guy that's from XIW down here, Justin Overstreet, H2 Overstreet. He's doing some stuff with Impact, some stuff like that. So I'm an Impact guy. So
yeah, I'm really interested. I feel like with AEW and Ring of Honor and Impact, I feel like I fit in better at those places. My style fits in better, and I'm really, really excited to see what they do with Ring of Honor, because I've always felt like I would really fit in there. So I'm very excited to see what they do with that and see if that's a possibility for me.
So I got a question from the chat. I don't know if you can answer it or not, but does Rugged Pro Wrestling stream anywhere?
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right.
Not to my knowledge. They usually post their shows or matches on YouTube.
Okay. I'm going to ask this one question, and I'm going to let these other guys ask some questions. So, what can you say about the man below you, the Rugged Pro Wrestling biggest fan, Justin Bundy?
You want me to say something about him?
Yeah. What? Come on. You got to know him. Come on.
Nah, Justin's a cool dude, man. He's a great fan, and that's very, very important to us, and it means a lot to all of us wrestlers, from the bottom to the top. Having great fans like that is what really makes what we do so special. So appreciate you, man.
Always. Hey, I got your autograph right here, bro. I got your shirt right there in my Wrestling Man Cave. So it's right here, right there.
Let's go.
Dude, I gotta get one of that. He showed me this afternoon, and Nightman, dude. After this podcast, I gotta talk to you about getting one of those. That's sick.
Yes, sir.
You guys got anything for Mr. the Buns of Steele?
Yeah, I do. So Rugged Mania is next Saturday, correct? Are you wrestling on the card?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I'm wrestling Hammerstone, the MLW heavyweight champion. So the winner,
Wow.
winner of that match goes on to the ladder match later that night, which is, for some sort of briefcase with a title shot or whatever the gimmick is.
You get me pumped already. I'm pumped up. I'm going. I cannot wait. I can't wait to see you, bro.
Hey, that Rugged Pro show next weekend is a very stacked show. As far as like Midwest independent wrestling talent goes, there's a lot of highly talented Midwest independent wrestling guys on that show. So it's really cool to see.
You mentioned MLW. I have the opportunity tomorrow actually to interview Alex Kane, who lost the title, I believe, to Hammerstone last year or something like that. So,
okay,
yeah. Wildcat, you got anything?
You seem to be. You've been in the business a while. How important is it for a guy to stay like in his area to work promotions? Is that important to get locked in with a few promotions that are local, or is it important to get out and branch out to other states? And I'm saying 2, 3, 4 states away.
Both, honestly.
Both.
You should always try to have your 1 or 2 places that you're going to work every month.
Yep.
And that doesn't necessarily have to be local, but and then the flip side of that too, you could still wrestle for your local places, but maybe it's just here and there. But honestly, exposure is the name of the game. So getting out as far and as much as you can, that's what really matters most. And one of the sad things about essentially territory independent wrestling is a lot of home places, a lot of local places, they don't want their people branching out. They don't want their guys getting out. And that's terrible to hear. Because you go out and make yourself valuable somewhere else, that just makes you even more valuable back home. So hit the roads, get out there, go anywhere and everywhere you can.
Good advice. Right now, I'm kind of locked in with 5, 6 promotions, it seems like, and luckily one of those runs a Friday night, but I don't know. I've never had the problem with nobody trying to discriminate where I go work. I guess too, my age tells everybody it kind of defines him as a person who's gonna do what he wants anyhow. Yeah. So I never have that problem. I have seen some guys. I've heard some guys be told, I don't want you wrestling here at this company or that company. I don't know. That really, it is kind of discriminating, but unless they're
writing you a big enough check to say otherwise.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's where that contract should come involved. I guess you would say,
yeah.
Oh.
So doing my research for you, I noticed that there's talks about the Tri-States 8-man tournament that I believe is coming up April 1st or 2nd, or April 1st and 2nd.
Hold on, I lost you there for a second.
The Tri-State 8-man tournament that's coming up.
Yeah.
April 1st and 2nd. Who are some of the entrants that will be facing, and what will it mean to you to win that title?
I honestly have not. So funny thing about that, I accepted that booking. I had no idea I was in this tournament for this title. I didn't know until they started announcing stuff. I'm like, oh, cool. I guess I'm winning a belt that weekend. All right. I haven't really looked at the tournament. I don't know who's all in it. I just know I'm wrestling ZK47, which is I've kind of taken him under my wing, striking under my wing. So I've been helping him out, helping him get better, helping him grow as a performer and a wrestler. So that's my first round matchup. So, the teacher's going to take him to school, and I'm going to have fun doing it.
Are you talking about the AK from Alabama?
No.
Different one. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
ZK47, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Wildcat touched on him being involved in 6 different promotions or whatever. Can you briefly talk to us about what other indie promotions you do, what you wrestle with, including Rugged Pro, and what are the biggest events that those promotions have planned for you, and what that you're going to be involved in?
Sorry, my headphones keep shutting on and on. What's going on? Switching back and forth. Other promotions I work for.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, I wrestle every weekend all over the place, so that's a pretty long list.
Okay. All right.
But I take a second to mention Magnum Wrestling out in Omaha. I've been with Magnum. That was Jason Strife's promotion. I've been with Magnum since day one. I was the opening match on the first official show. So that's a home for me. And next Friday is the weekend at Strife's, Jason Strife tribute show, memorial show, however you want to say it. So it'll be the first show back since he passed away, with the new ownership group taking over. So that's going to be it's me and Red Wing in the main event for the vacant Magnum Wrestling Championship. So that's something I really want to put over. That's going to be a huge emotional night. But last I knew, I don't know about going forward. Last I knew they were live streaming on Twitch, so always check out Magnum Wrestling on there. Or if they've changed that, just check out their social media. I'm sure they got it up. We've talked about Rugged Pro, Central Empire Wrestling. That's where I got my start. I have several dates planned with them this year. So just recently went back there and started working again, and it's been really cool to get to go back home and show everybody how much work I've put in and the star that I've become. So that's been a fun process. They have a big show June 2nd, I believe June 2nd or 3rd, June 3rd, Bridge City Slam down in Ottumwa, Iowa. That's going to be a huge event. Kurt Angle is going to be there, so one of my favorite wrestlers. That's going to be cool. I'm excited to get to perform in front of Kurt Angle. And that night I'm going to be in a triple threat cage match for the CEW championship. So that should be pretty wild. Dreamwave Wrestling out in Illinois. Man, they just, and I believe they're on IWTV. CEW, I think they do things on YouTube. But Dreamwave Wrestling, they're on IWTV. Their shows are stacked always. It's just crazy. Huge show, 400 or 500 people every show. So yeah, they check them out as well. I don't know. I could really go on and on.
Right. Now, you said something about Kurt Angle being there, and you're one of your favorite wrestlers growing up, and so as a fan, we go to these wrestlings like XIW's had Chase Stevens. They've had guys like that us fans go to those shows to see those guys and the show, and we get so fan geeked, I guess. I don't know how to call it, but so you wrestlers go to these shows that have Kurt Angle and all these guys, Kenny King. You guys get that oh my god feeling when you go there, or is it just strictly business?
I've never got that feeling in my entire life. I've worked for WWE. I've worked for AEW. I talked to Chris Jericho. I was 5 feet away from Sting. It was like at the end of the day, everybody's just a normal person. So, yeah, I've never really had that starstruck feeling about anything, I guess. So,
Fair. So on 6/15/2022, you had a match at AEW show. It was a 20-on-1 handicap match versus Wardlow.
What was the date on that?
6/15/2022.
So that was June. Okay.
Yeah. So how was that? Can you share about that match? Yeah, obviously the big man Wardlow. How'd that go?
Not good. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I took a power bomb, and then he power bombed another man on top of me, and I'm pretty sure he broke my arm. So,
wow.
My left arm's just been a wreck ever since. I remember driving home that night, and I couldn't even open my car door. So yeah, I'm still going through issues with the left arm after that, but yeah, it definitely wasn't a good night at the office.
Okay. Next thing I got is October 8th, 2022 was your second AEW appearance where you tagged with JT Energy to take on the Acclaim, Matt Caster and Anthony Bowens. How was that match experience, and did Max Caster have anything to say on the mic about the Buns of Steel?
I tried not to listen. When he was doing his little rap thing, I was like, I'm not listening. I don't want to hear what it is, and I don't want to get mad. So I was like, I'm just not even paying attention. But that was an amazing experience that arena was sold out that night. So it was just wild seeing all those thousands of people and getting to do what I love and in one of the, top companies in the world. So it was really cool.
Okay.
And it felt very, very good. And I felt right at home too.
JB, you got anything?
I can't wait to see you next Saturday.
Okay.
No, but what is your dream opponent in any organization, any wrestling organization?
Like past or present, doesn't matter.
Yeah, past, future, and now.
Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle. I mean, unfortunately none of those matches can happen, but those are the three for me. Ric Flair, I think that would be fun. Rey Mysterio would be really cool. Yeah, Rey Mysterio would be awesome. Chris Jericho would be fantastic. I love Finn Balor. I would love to, be in the ring with Finn Balor. Bryan Danielson. I think he's the, best legitimate professional wrestler in the world. So I'd love to be in the ring with him.
Talking about Bryan Danielson, my brother and I do a Tuesday, Thursday show, and I just want to get your hot take on what do you think of MJF?
I think he's great. That Iron Man match was amazing. Very, very, very good. It even had me to the point I was like, this might be better than Shawn and Brett. Like, I was like, damn, this is really good. And I think he really needed that match to, really give him that legitimacy. So, but big fan of his work all around in the ring, on the mic. Obviously, dialing into his character and going all out with it has worked out very well for him, and I think more people should look into that.
So I have like 4 more questions, and it revolves around you and somebody else. I had the opportunity to talk to JT Energy about a month ago. Great guy, and he has mad respect for you. Can you share with us some good stories regarding the two of you on the road, in the ring, and in the ring, if you have any?
I don't believe we've ever been on the road together, but we shared the ring quite a few times. There for a good, 2 or 3 years. Seems like we wrestled each other quite a bit, which is always a blast. And it's always great kind of forcing JT to kind of go out of his comfort zone and forcing him to wrestle a little bit like me. So I always enjoyed that. And it was a pretty cool moment when we walked up to the board there at AEW to find out that these two guys had been wrestling each other all over Iowa for, like I said, for a good 2 or 3 years, and then now we get to be a tag team on AEW. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, nothing but love and respect for JT. But I mean, I'm gonna take his belt come June 3rd. So
So
is what it is.
he had a couple questions. I reached out to him today, and he asked me to ask you, how did you and JT Energy go from the Battle of the Booties to becoming an AEW tag team?
How do we go from that?
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he asked. How did you guys go from the Battle of the Booties to the tag team?
I mean, I don't know.
It's
just how it worked out. I don't know. I don't know what answer he's looking for here, but yeah, that's just how it all worked out. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
And I think we both like grew as characters. You know, our characters and our gimmicks both grew and transformed. And I think that's probably what kind of we've always got compared with, you know, having the similar gimmicks and stuff. So, and then even through our transformations, there's still similarities. So, I could see where, you know, AEW wanted to try that out as a tag team.
Next thing he asked about was with your steel cage match that you referenced coming up in June for CEW Championship against JT Energy and Niles Plonk. Can you tell us fans what your favorite steel cage match is?
So I honestly am not a big fan of steel cage matches. Even like the Hell in the Cells, I don't know, just never been a fan. So I haven't I don't have a list like that. The last cage match I actually watched was Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes or Harley Race at Starrcade. What year was that?
Yeah, Starrcade.
God, he wrestled Dusty so many times on the right to Dusty. Yeah, but yeah, Flair and Harley at Starrcade. That's the most recent one I've watched. So,
okay. JB, you got anything I got one last question. You got anything?
And I actually, hey, man, I got a question for you guys.
All right.
Yes,
sir. You guys know any triple threat cage matches off the top of your head that I can study?
Yes.
That I can research?
Yes, there is actually a triple. There is actually Ken Shamrock, The Rock, I believe, and Mankind.
Okay.
Yes, at No Way Out, I think. I think it's No Way Out, not No Way Out. It's some pay-per-view, but it's a triple threat match and a steel cage match. It was Ken Shamrock in a triple crate. Yes, it was Ken Shamrock, I believe, in a triple cage match. I believe. Don't mistake. I believe that's it. It's one of the. It's part of the Attitude Era. I know it was in the Attitude Era. I remember that.
I'll hit the Google machine. I'll find out.
Yeah. There's one. He had full WWE title triple threat. Back in May 26th of 2017.
Okay.
I Googled it, so. All right. So, can you tell us your prediction regarding the steel cage match? And is there anything you would like to tell JT Energy and Niles Plonk while you're sitting here on this podcast?
Niles, I hate you. I'm still pissed about you spitting wine in my face. I hate wine. I'm a beer drinker. I love beer. He spit wine in my face.
Oh, yes, I know.
It was awful. And I'm still pissed about it. As far as that night, I mean, it's just plain and simple. The Buns is walking out with a belt. That's it. Since day one of going into CEW, I wanted to be champion. It's evaded me all these years. Enough's enough. I'm taking that bad boy home. Nobody's going to stop me. You know, JT, you better bring your A game because you're not going to be ready. Neither one of them are ready. Because I'm taking out Niles quick because like I said, I'm still pissed about that spitting the wine in my face. I'm taking him out quick. And then JT, sorry, bro. Love and respect, but I got to do what I got to do, man.
There you go, Buns. Right here, bro. I got you right here.
That's right. Bad Buns for life, baby. I should probably, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him tap with an ankle lock because Kurt Angle's going to be there.
Oh.
Then use ankle lock on JT. Huh?
Hey, JT, listen, I'm telling you, I'm going to beat you with the ankle lock. So, I mean, you can start game planning for it, but I'm still going to get it.
Go. Justin,
I got one more.
JB and the Wildcat, you guys have the floor, man.
Okay, I got one last question. Where can fans or anybody find your merch at?
ProWrestlingTees.com. J Buns on Pro Wrestling Tees. Or just, go there. Buns of Steele, J Fowler. Look it up. I'm on there.
I
can't wait to see you next Saturday, dude. I can't wait to see you.
I have a merch table question for you, Justin. The Buns. How important are the interactions with fans at your merch table and seminars that you attend? How important are those to wrestlers like you guys?
How important is it to us, like just interacting with the fans like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Extremely important. Because we get to interact with them while we're in the ring and doing our thing. But you get a little more one-on-one time, and a lot of times you get to hear some pretty cool stories, and some stuff that really makes you feel really good about what you do and what you can bring to these people and how you can help them. You hear a lot of things that keep you very, very motivated. So that's my favorite, favorite part. It's just last weekend. This is an example. Last weekend up in Brainerd, Minnesota, I'm at the merch table at intermission, and a guy comes up to me, tells me his wife's a big fan of mine and all this. It's her birthday. Got to get a T-shirt and a picture and everything, and absolutely. So we get all that done, and she starts talking to me and says it's always been her dream to be a professional wrestler, but she's got 3 kids and yada yada, and it's like I told her it's never too late. It's never too late. If you want to do this, you can do this. You look at all these people here. You can do this. You can do anything you want if you put the work in. So just like having that conversation with her, it was really cool.
Awesome. Wildcat, I'm out of questions. Do you have any questions before we say goodbye to the Buns of Steele?
Oh, not really any questions. Just comment on some of the stuff that, like the merch table. I agree. It's like family time, motivation time. The fans, you could just come out from losing a match, go to your table, man. Fans will build your ego right back up. So the way I always looked at it, if I lost, I still won with the fans. The fans always make you the winner. But Justin, yes, keep up the great work, man. From what I've seen, I'm very impressed. I will be trying to follow a little bit of your career a little more. Keep those matches posted on YouTube. That's very important. I like that. I do the same. Other than that, man, it's really great sitting down and getting some information, chatting with everybody. And I guess I'm good.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
JB, you got anything?
I can't wait to see you next Saturday. I'm excited to see your match, and keep up the good work, dude. I'm a huge fan of yours as well. Like, we got to talk, after the wrestling was over. I got to talk with you for a while, and how much I do appreciate you, everything you do for wrestling. It's awesome what you do, man. You go out there and put on heck of a match. I mean, I seen you at 3XW. That's how I think I first started talking to you. And then, dude, that was an amazing. When you came out, I didn't even know you were there. You came out so fast. I said, "Whoa, he's here!" And it was just like, it was awesome, dude. Like, I was like, "Wow, this came out quick." All I see was a backwards hat. And I was like, "Oh man, he straight went ham." I was like, "Oh my god, he's here!" I was like, "Yes," It was awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really, even though I didn't, technically wrestle that night, that was I really enjoyed that night, and that was a lot of fun. Excited to see what 3XW has coming up and moving forward. So, I'm with my boy Jeremy Wyatt there, and we got a history of wrecking havoc on promotions. So, ready to wreck that havoc on 3XW.
Just thank you for everything both of you do, Wildcat and the Buns of Steele. Thank you for everything you both do for wrestling. So both of you keep up the good work. I mean,
thanks,
just
man.
Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. Keep grinding and keep going. I'm proud of both of you, and I'm a huge fan of Indies wrestling. I love wrestling to the fullest. So just keep up the good work, both of you.
And I'll say that too. I'll piggyback off JB wrestling. I thought wrestling was just on TV. But last February, I got an opportunity to get into XIW wrestling down here in Panhandle, Florida, Panama City. And oh my God, you guys in the indie circuit pour your hearts out into the industry every weekend. And just like JB said, Mr. Fowler, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you put in there to create. I mean, us podcast guys create content in this sense, but you guys every weekend go out and create content. And you guys are amazing people. You are what makes JB and me continue doing what we do. It's fun talking to you guys. It's been a blessing to get you on the show. I know we had to jungle up some dates, and my wife was sick. You had some stuff you had to do. But I am so blessed that you said yes for today, and we got it to work out. So it's been fun, and I appreciate you, Wildcat. Man, you and I have grown a friendship over the Indies, and I love it. That's what I mean. I think JB Wrestling would agree. That's why we do what we do. To build relationships, and man, I think we can talk. I can probably talk to you guys every so often on Messenger, and I think it'd be okay. That's how I feel. I don't know if that's how you guys feel, but you guys are amazing. Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast was happy to have the Buns of Steele on tonight. Thank you, thank you, Jay Fowler. Sorry, and I'm gonna play
too many J's,
man.
Too many J's. I'm gonna exit out of the with a song. Don't go anywhere, guys. Just meet me back in the lobby. All right.
Peace.
All my dogs, make some noise up in this house.